In this video, we explore the discovery of a star-swallowing planet close to us and the horrors that ensued as the planet's true nature was revealed. Join us as we enter the world of Exter 87 and follow the terrifying journey of a group of scientists who uncovered a dark secret that threatened to destroy everything they held dear. A seriously spine-tingling experience that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the universe. The night sky was breathtaking as Dr. Sophia Lee stepped out of the observatory and looked up at the stars. She had always been fascinated by the vast expanse of space and the mysteries it held. It was here, at this remote observatory nestled in the mountains of Colorado, that Sophia spent her days and nights scanning the universe for clues to its secrets. On this particular night, Sophia was poring over data from a recent scan when something caught her eye. A new celestial body had entered our solar system from the depths of space, its origins unknown. Sophia's heart raced with excitement as she analyzed the data. The planet, which she designated Exter 87, was massive and dark, with an ominous aura that set her on edge. But what really intrigued Sophia was the way the planet seemed to swallow nearby stars. She had never seen anything like it before. Sophia's colleagues were dismissive of her findings. They were more interested in the mundane, day-to-day happenings of their lives than the possibility of a threat looming in the vast expanse of space. But Sophia was undeterred. She continued to monitor Exter 87 with increasing intensity. She would spend hours on end staring at the images and data, trying to find patterns or clues to the planet's behavior, and what she found was alarming. Exter 87 was not just another planet passing through our solar system. It was a star eater, devouring nearby stars and their energy. Sophia knew that this behavior was unprecedented and could have catastrophic consequences for our solar system. As Sophia stared up at the night sky, her mind raced with possibilities and threats. She knew that Exter 87 was a ticking time bomb, and she was the only one who seemed to recognize its potential danger. Sophia's obsession with the planet had just begun, and it would consume her in ways she could never have imagined. Sophia couldn't shake her obsession with Exter 87. She spent every waking moment analyzing the data and trying to come up with a plan to convince her colleagues of the planet's threat to our solar system. But she knew it would take more than just data to convince them. One day, Sophia received an invitation to a meeting with some of the top astronomers and astrophysicists in the world. The subject of the meeting was the discovery of Exter 87 and its potential threat to our solar system. Sophia couldn't believe her luck. This was the opportunity she had been waiting for. Sophia arrived at the meeting, nervous but determined. As she sat down at the conference table, she noticed that her colleagues looked skeptical. They had heard about Exter 87 and the rumors of its star aiding behavior, but they weren't convinced. Sophia presented her findings to the group, showing them the data and the patterns she had observed. She explained that Exter 87 was not just another planet passing through our solar system, but a potential threat that needed to be addressed. The room fell silent as Sophia finished her presentation. For a moment, it seemed like her colleagues were still skeptical, but then, one by one, they began to speak up. They asked questions and shared their own theories, and slowly but surely, they began to see the potential danger of Exter 87. Sophia felt a sense of relief wash over her as she realized that she had finally convinced her colleagues. They agreed that Exter 87 needed to be studied more closely, and that a plan needed to be put in place to address the potential threat. As the meeting came to a close, Sophia couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. She had fought hard for what she believed in, and she had won. But as she left the meeting and looked up at the night sky, she couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. Exter 87 was still out there, still lurking in the depths of space, and Sophia knew that there was still so much more to discover. After the meeting, Sophia and her colleagues spent the next few months preparing for a mission to study Extra 87 up close. The mission would involve sending a spacecraft equipped with the latest technology and instruments to gather data on the planet and its behavior. Sophia was chosen to lead the mission, and she was both excited and nervous. This was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to study a planet that could potentially threaten our entire solar system. But it was also a dangerous mission, with many unknown risks and variables. Sophia spent long hours in the lab, working on the spacecraft and ensuring that it was equipped with everything it needed for the mission. She also spent time with her team, going over the plan and discussing the potential risks and challenges they might face. Finally, the day of the launch arrived. Sophia and her team watched nervously as the spacecraft was loaded onto the rocket and prepared for liftoff. Sophia knew that this was a critical moment. If anything went wrong with the launch, the mission could be over before it even began. As the countdown began, Sophia's heart raced with anticipation. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Liftoff. The rocket roared to life, propelling the spacecraft into space. Sophia and her team watched as the rocket soared higher and higher until it disappeared into the depths of space. For the next few weeks, Sophia and her team monitored the progress of the spacecraft from Earth. They received regular updates on its trajectory and its condition, and they waited anxiously for it to reach its destination. Finally, the spacecraft arrived at Extra 87. Sophia and her team were elated. They had made it. The spacecraft began transmitting data back to Earth, and Sophia and her team worked tirelessly to analyze and interpret the data. Over the next few months, Sophia and her team made some incredible discoveries about Extra 87. They confirmed that it was indeed a star-swallowing planet, and they were able to gather detailed data on its behavior and patterns. But as they delved deeper into the data, they began to realize that Extra 87 was even more dangerous than they had previously thought. The planet was growing at an alarming rate, and its gravitational pull was stronger than they had anticipated. Sophia knew that they needed to act fast. They had to find a way to stop Extra 87 before it grew too big and threatened our entire solar system. But how? That was the question that kept Sophia up at night as she continued to analyze the data and search for a solution. Sophia and her team worked tirelessly to come up with a plan to stop Extra 87 from growing any larger. They knew that time was running out and that they needed to act fast before it was too late. After weeks of brainstorming and analyzing data, they finally came up with a plan. They would use a specially designed spacecraft to send a series of small, highly concentrated explosives into Extra 87's atmosphere. The explosions would create a shockwave that would disrupt the planet's gravitational pull, hopefully slowing its growth and preventing it from swallowing any more stars. It was a risky plan, and there were many unknown variables that could cause it to fail. But Sophia and her team were determined to do whatever it took to save our solar system from Extra 87's grasp. The team spent the next few weeks building the explosives and modifying the spacecraft to carry them. They ran simulations and conducted tests to ensure that everything was working properly. And they made sure that everything was working properly. And they made sure that every member of the team knew exactly what their role was in the mission. Finally, it was time to launch the spacecraft. Sophia and her team gathered around the control room, their hearts pounding with anticipation. They watched nervously as the spacecraft blasted off into space, carrying the explosives that could save our solar system. As the spacecraft approached Extra 87, Sophia and her team monitored its progress from Earth. They watched as the explosives were released into the planet's atmosphere, and they waited anxiously to see if the plan would work. Suddenly, there was a blinding flash of light. Sophia and her team watched in awe as the shockwave from the explosions rippled across Extra 87's atmosphere, disrupting its gravitational pull and slowing its growth. It was a moment of triumph for Sophia and her team. They had succeeded in stopping Exter, 87, from growing any larger, and they had potentially saved our entire solar system from destruction. But even as they celebrated their victory, Sophia knew that there was still much work to be done. They needed to continue monitoring Exter, 87, and studying its behavior to ensure that it remained under control and did not pose a threat to our solar system in the future. Sophia and her team were hailed for their bravery and ingenuity in the face of a potentially catastrophic threat. But for Sophia, the most important thing was knowing that she had played a part in saving our solar system from a fate worse than death. The news of Sophia's team's success spread like wildfire, and soon the whole world knew about their heroic efforts to stop Exter, 87, from growing. People everywhere breathed a collective sigh of relief, knowing that they could sleep soundly at night, no longer fearing the possibility of our entire solar system being swallowed up by the rogue planet. Sophia was hailed as a hero, and her team was showered with accolades and praise from all corners of the world. The scientific community was particularly excited, eager to learn more about the planet and its behavior. Sophia herself was somewhat overwhelmed by the attention. She had always been passionate about her work, and she had always dreamed of making a difference in the world, but she had never expected to become a global sensation, with people clamoring to hear her speak and learn from her experiences. Despite her newfound fame, Sophia remained grounded and focused. She knew that there was still much work to be done, and she was determined to continue studying Exter, 87, and its behavior to ensure that it remained under control. Over the next few months, Sophia and her team continued to study Exter, 87, monitoring its behavior and making note of any changes. They worked tirelessly to analyze data and develop new theories about the planet, eager to learn as much as they could about this strange and mysterious entity. And then, one day, they noticed something strange. Exter, 87, appeared to be growing again, slowly but steadily. The team was alarmed, knowing that they needed to act fast if they were to prevent the planet from once again becoming a threat to our solar system. Sophia and her team quickly got to work, analyzing data and developing a new plan to stop Exter, 87, from growing any further. They knew that time was of the essence, and that they needed to act fast if they were to succeed. But this time, things would be different. This time, they would be ready for whatever Exter, 87, threw their way. And Sophia knew that no matter what happened, she would be ready to face the challenge head on. Sophia and her team worked tirelessly, putting all their knowledge and expertise to the test as they fought to keep Exter, 87, under control. It was a long and grueling battle, with many setbacks and challenges along the way. But in the end, they emerged victorious. Exter, 87, was once again contained, and the threat to our solar system was eliminated. Sophia and her team were celebrated as heroes, with people from all over the world thanking them for their incredible efforts and dedication. But for Sophia, the victory was bittersweet. She knew that there was still much work to be done, and that the study of Exter 87 would be a lifelong pursuit. She also knew that there were other threats out there, other mysteries waiting to be solved. And so, even as she basked in the glory of her success, Sophia looked to the future, knowing that she and her team had an important role to play in the ongoing exploration and discovery of our universe. Over the years that followed, Sophia and her team continued to make incredible discoveries and breakthroughs, expanding our understanding of the universe and its many mysteries. They became legends in the scientific community, revered for their dedication, brilliance, and unwavering commitment to the pursuit of knowledge. And even as Sophia grew old and eventually passed on, her legacy lived on. The work that she had done and the discoveries that she had made inspired countless others to pursue their own passions and explore the world around them. In the end, Sophia's legacy was not just one of scientific achievement, but of hope, inspiration, and the limitless possibilities of human exploration and discovery.